story we're going to talk about actually just happened. Well, let me clarify that. I just found out about it, which there's probably a difference between those two things. I didn't know this place was real, by the way. We're going to Kentucky. I knew that place was real. We're going to Kentucky. We're going to the city of Hazard, Kentucky. Now, is that where the Dukes of Hazzard took place? I'm pretty sure, but I thought the Dukes of Hazzard was spelt with 2 Z's. Apparently, this one's just 1 Z like the real. But the Dukes of Hazzard town, Dead Rabbit Radio is going to the town of Dukes of Hazzard. If you don't know what the Dukes of Hazzard is, I hold my head for the childhood memories that you didn't share with me. Dukes of Hazzard was a story about basically vigilantes in a race car. Were they vigilantes? They basically just didn't do what the cops said. It was this small town with like this corrupt sheriff. It was super bizarre because it was like this corrupt southern sheriff who was basically just like bullying people around. And then the Duke brothers, Bo and Luke Duke, was it? Bo and I don't know. But anyways, the Duke brothers, you're like, Jason, just get to the stupid story. But the Duke brothers basically were like Robin Hood type characters. And then Daisy Duke walked around. That was their cousin, I believe. And she wore Daisy Dukes. She wore the shorts that just came up right to her butt cheek. So anyways, that's the story of the Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, I also should mention they had a Confederate flag on the top of their car. And when they honked their horn, it played Dixie. So, yeah, I guess I should throw that in there too. But they weren't racist. They weren't. They just really liked the Confederate flag and the song Dixie. So anyways, we're in Hazard County. Sorry, no, that's the show. Well, them Duke boys don't know what's going... Okay. We're in Kentucky. We're in the city of Hazard. Now, there's a dude there named Jason Fields. And let me say, too, this is all alleged. This is going through court right now. So Jason Fields works at a hotel. And he's talking to his boss. His boss's name, Sharon Linden. Jason goes, hey, I was wondering, I'm going through some marital trouble right now. I'm getting a divorce. And Sharon's like, really? And he's like, yeah, I don't think things are going to work out between me and my wife. And that damn Roscoe Pico train stole my girl. And so Sharon okay, that's the last, trust me, that's the last Hazard joke because I don't know how many of you guys get the references. Anyway, so Sharon Linden says, I've had trouble in my life as well. I had trouble with them Duke boys. No, she goes, I had trouble in my life as well. What you need is a cleansing. And Jason's like, huh? That's kind of weird. Now, Sharon is Jason's boss. And he kind of is like, no, I'm fine. He has his own religious beliefs. He doesn't really know what the cleansing is. He doesn't really want to know what the cleansing is. But Sharon goes, well, it's kind of like an exorcism. And you get this cleansing. Your marital problems are being caused by demons. We got to cleanse the demons from you, Jason. We got to get them out of you. Now, he says that made him feel uncomfortable, but whatever. So he simply politely declined the offer and went about his business. And she kept saying, Jason, you need to get the demons out of you. You need to get cleansed. I've had 4 cleansings myself. Look at me, I'm fine. Which I would have to wonder why you would need 4 of them. Not just the first one doesn't work. Is it like washing clothes? Like you got to keep working the stain out? There are like a couple demons still clinging on to you? Or does she keep doing bad stuff and the demons keep finding her again? I don't know. But anyways, at one point, Jason Fields, this was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. There was 2 straws. One day he walked into work. Imagine this scenario. You walk into work and you see your super weirdo religious boss standing there in the corner with her back to you like the Blair Witch. No, she's standing there and she's like, I'm so glad you've come to work. And then you see like 15 people who are members of her church. You've never met them before, but you can just tell they're members of her church because they get in front of you and start praying in front of you. And she's like, we are cleansing you. We are cleansing you. I don't know if she actually said that, but they were cleansing him. And he got really uncomfortable. It'd be super bizarre. I mean, I get it. Like, sometimes people at work will be like, I'm praying for you. And I'm like, okay, no, I appreciate that. That's cool. But it's totally different if someone, like, bows down. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. Someone bowed down in front of you and started praying. But 15 of them, especially if I wasn't down with their religious practice, would be a little weird. But really what ended his employment there, what finally made him quit, was one day his boss came in with a questionnaire and says, you need to fill this out. He's like, oh, okay, must be like for benefits or something. Am I getting life insurance? And she's just like, fill it out. Oh, you're getting life insurance. Eternal life insurance. And then she just walked away, and he's like, oh, great. This is what some of the questions were on the survey his boss gave him. Were you a planned child? Were you conceived out of wedlock? Those kind of go together. Have you ever visited heathen temples? He's like, yeah, Stone Temple Pilot. Saw him in like 95. Were they even around back then? Do you have any witches? Here's another question. Do you have any witches, such as good luck kitchen witches, in your home? What is that? Is that a thing, a good luck kitchen witch? Is it like an elf on a shelf, but it's all year round, and it's just like this crone who hangs out in your kitchen, other than your ex-wife? Da-da-ch. To your knowledge, was there, here's the other question. I'm not asking you this directly. To your knowledge, was there evidence of lust in your family line? That's kind of vague, and probably because they've had kids. And they may be using the biblical term lust, but if you just ask, has anyone in your family ever been lusty? I was like, well, they've had sex multiple times. That's why I exist. She asked also, do you have lustful thoughts? Do you frequently masturbate? Check for me. And have you ever sexually fantasized about an animal? Weird. That one seems probably the weirdest one there. Because it just kind of popped up. Everything else you're like, yeah, I can understand someone. But why that? That's super specific. But anyways, so those are just some of the questions. He didn't turn it in. He actually quit, sued her. And they're now facing a lawsuit. But this is in America, and I'm sure it's true in most countries. There's a thing called hostile work environment. When your boss is forcing you to get exorcised, that is pretty much the definition of a hostile work environment. You can't really make religion part of your job unless your job is the Pope or priest. But you can't really, so no. She's going to lose this lawsuit. She'll probably lose the lawsuit if he kept that form, which is what he should have done. Weird story. Weird story. That was a clip from our daily podcast, Dead Rabbit Radio. Dead Rabbit Radio is available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. It's daily paranormal, conspiracy, and true crime news. If you want to hear the full episode that this clip came from, check the link below. Please like and subscribe. And hit that little bell, too. That does some magical stuff. Thanks, guys.